Hey guys, welcome to Blaugrana United. Welcome to another video, and today is time to talk about a rumor that is being written about today about the Norwegian rising star, or like the player that is being hitting the headlines very lately, mainly because of his hat trick in the Champions League. Erling Braut Håland, the goal scorer from Red Bull Salzburg in Austria. He looks like a promising player. He's 19. He's in Salzburg, first of all, and let's remember that pretty much it's good to say that if you are a player in Salzburg or in Leipzig, more likely than not, you are at least a very good player or have a lot of potential, because they only scout some of the best players around. Like you've seen their scouting network, Navi Keita, Timo Werner, Emil Forsberg, Konate, Pemecano, the list goes on and on and on. Zamazeku, like they have really good connections with the African players. But his hat-trick in the Champions League, I have to say it wasn't nothing too special. Like I said in my preview for the Champions League, I said Salzburg are a team that if you don't don't respect them, they will put you in trouble. They've been dominating the Europa League for a couple of years now, doing pretty well. I believe even reaching the semifinals at one point. And this kid looks absolutely sensational. He, like I said again, he's 19. He's a striker. He's a player that if I had to profile him in one way, like the thing that he reminds me the most, it's like the young Luis Suarez, the Suarez that we saw at his first times at Liverpool. His first years at Ajax, especially, a player that is very good, like as a number 9, that he can be a number 9 in the area, that he's a good finisher, a good predator in the box, but that out of the box he can do pretty much everything. He's a good dribbler, he has good link-up play, good vision, he's really good at everything. He has like amazing strength. Like he's a big boy. Like, he's a player that has, for me, all the capabilities to be a great striker for the Barcelona system. And like I said, if he can fulfill his potential, he could be a striker to give like whatever team he joins a decade of world-class talent. And I think that this has become an opportunity for Barcelona. Like I said last season, I think that Jovic should have been the priority signing. We couldn't get that over the line. Even if he doesn't succeed at Real Madrid, doesn't mean that he's not a good player. It means that you've not been able to get the best performances out of him. But we have an opportunity now, because I believe that because the Red Bull clubs are, for me, very reasonable sellers. Like, they will sell at a high price, but they don't sell, like, they don't go overboard. Like, we all thought Navi Keita was going to go for a lot more than he went for to Liverpool. Timo Werner, they gave him a really reasonable release clause. There is like Samazeku. All these players are players that have had very reasonable prices, and I think that for a young striker of his age, for like the record that he has 11 goals, I believe, in like something like 4 or 7 assists, something like that, in the Austrian league. Given it is the Austrian league, but that's in 7 games. Like, RB Salzburg have been flying. I believe they have something like 34 goals in 7 games. It's like absolutely ridiculous, and they're a team that, in my opinion, produce some of the best talent. I think that it will be a safe bet to go for him. He has all the qualities that you need in a Barcelona striker. He's very left-footed, I have to say that. From what I saw, he basically only knows how to use his left foot, but, he's a young kid. That's something that he can eventually develop and evolve on. No one is born with natural ability just from its own. Like, it's very rare. And he could become one of the really promising players. He was already Barcelona sent scouts. This is not the first time that we've he hasn't appeared on the radar for Barcelona just now. Apparently, we sent scouts to the under 20 Euros, I believe, this last summer, where he was the star. He scored something like 9 goals during the length of the tournament, and it was very impressive. He's a player that, if we can, like, progress, like, make him a player that's gonna progress into the team slowly. You link it up with the likes of Ansu Fati, Dembele, maybe Mbappe, like whoever young players we decide to bring, Jadon Sancho. We can start rebuilding that era post-Messi, and I believe that this is a really important part of it. You know that I like Griezmann. I think he's a good player. He's not, like I said again, he's not a player I would have signed for Barcelona. I really thought that we needed more of a number 9, a really young number 9 to start taking minutes off Suarez, but that Suarez can be a starter, so he's like, happy and content with the amount of minutes that he's going to get. And I believe that this is an opportunity. Because let's say that Dembele is not going to succeed at Barcelona this season, because if he's not professional, or he's just having too many injuries and not taking care of himself, then we need to move on, and we could promote Ansu Fati and Haaland to the first team. And then you have the likes of Carles Perez, Belriz. I believe that's more than enough cover for Griezmann, Messi, and Suarez. Suarez, again, it's a player that is probably going to leave within the next 2 seasons. So we need to start planning ahead, and we need to start getting names over the line. And let's say Dembele succeeds, he becomes an important player in the squad. Okay, you still go ahead and sign him, and maybe loan him out. Loan him out to an Ajax, to a PSV. Loan him to a club that has our similar way of playing, and then more importantly, he's going to get minutes. Because if he's going to get minutes, he's going to keep progressing, keep growing as a player, and he will get confidence. This cannot be an example, like, if you're going to sign a player, don't make him another Paco Alcácer. Don't make him another Deulofeu, another Malcolm, where they play like the garbage minutes, and they spend pretty much either on the bench or not even in the matchday squads at some points of the season. If you're going to sign a player like this, you need to trust him, and you need to give him the opportunities now, because he's a player that is ready to deliver, not at the highest level, but is able to deliver quality minutes now. So if you're going to sign this player, don't go ahead and have him go to the Barca B team, or don't play five games a season or something like that, because we need him. We need a player that is going to evolve and let us progress into the next era. This cycle has ended. The likes of Piqué, Suarez, Messi, Busquets, Alba, all these players, they're not done. They're still good players, but we need to move forward from this era. It's a transition that we need to finish now, because it's a transition that's been going on for a while, and we need to set up what's going to be our team for the next 5 seasons at least. Is Haaland am I saying that he's going to be the best striker in the world? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that he has potential to be a really good striker, and I think that should be enough. He's not an obvious case like Mbappe, like Sancho, like De Ligt. Players that you just look at them and you know that they're going to be like the best in the world in their position. No, but he looks like a really promising striker. Like, Suarez wasn't half as good as finishing as this guy looks at his age, definitely, and he evolved into probably one of the best finishers in history, in my opinion. So if you're gonna go ahead and sign him, and honestly, I would, with the options currently available, with the age that he has, I'm sure that if he was to stay at Barcelona, he would take it well to play less and learn from the likes of Suarez, learn from the likes of Messi, Griezmann, to become the best version of himself. And if he can do that and also improve in his already good qualities, he's a player that's going to give us a lot of what we need. He's a player that's good going in the air, because that's something that, as Barcelona, we generate a lot of corners and fouls from the sides. So we generate a lot of crossing opportunities, and having a player like that, especially in Champions League competition, where that's a tool that is very required of you for winning this competition. It is really important to have a player like this that's going to be able to deliver us something like this. He's good finishing inside the box. He's good passing outside. You're seeing that he's a player that can drop wide. I'm just amazed at how he runs. it's like looking at the prime Suarez, where it's not like he's blistering fast, but like he starts running and he's like a truck running over everyone. Like he starts and doesn't stop. Like you basically have to foul him because of how strong he is, how tall he is. It's a really good combination. Like it's very impressive what I've been able to see of him, and I would like Barcelona to keep an eye on him. And if you have the opportunity to sign him for like around 50 million euros, maybe 60 million euros, go ahead and sign him because it is a lot of money. But if he can solve the striker position for the next 10 years, it is more than worth it. So I want to talk about Ter Stegen as well in the next upcoming video probably. But if I have time and the game releases today, which I believe it is, I will like to maybe post a FIFA career mode today. So if you would like me to post a FIFA career mode, let me know. Let me know what team you want me to do. I have teams in mind, like there's a surprise team that I would like to do. Some Premier League career modes definitely would be interesting. It depends. I want to see, like, before starting the Barcelona career mode, I want to see if Ansu Fati is going to be in the game, because if he's not, I would rather wait for the FIFA career and probably do one with Ansu Fati, because I think it would be really exciting to have a player like that in the team. But with that said and done, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one, Blaugranas.